is hard as hell. United, Tottenham, Arsenal. Watch my lips, and I will spell. Cause they don't just play, but they can rap as well. Liverpool FC.
My idea was to go Liverpool into
So were you telling me my background's perfectly in shot? Yeah, is that what we're saying? Yeah, we catching the background.
You're moving bossy, bro. Like you want everyone to see your
Nah,
signed shirt on the wall there, man.
I'm just reminding everyone that we're still the reigning champions, and we won the Champions League in the same year, and we were like world champions at. Something like that. World champions, was it? Yeah. I bet people
What a
just put some
positive way
respect
to
on our
start the
name.
pod, man. I'm loving that.
I'm
I'm
just
loving that.
saying.
All right, you keep it in short. It's cool. It's cool.
I'm just saying, innit? Form is temporary, class is permanent. Yeah. So all the haters out there, please don't forget that. Yeah. It's your boy Slim, as always, back in the building to preview this Liverpool Man City game.
Whoa.
And a face we ain't seen for a while, man. Man like Shawn, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, no, people weren't good to be back, bro. You get me?
And of course, this guy, Engineer Sam, who's trying to burst my eardrums with all the shuffling of things that shouldn't be shuffled in my eardrums. What's going on, brother?
No one asked you to go and put these big old red beats on your head. Like, just wear headphones like a normal person. You know what I mean?
Well, they're not red. So why I can't wear them, man? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Is that the rules in your house? Yeah? Everything has to be red. Everything has to be Liverpool red.
I'm just saying, I'm a Liverpool fan. I love my club. Everything has to match. You see the red jumper, you see the red boots, you see the red kit. That's how we're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I just think it's because you're Jamaican, to be honest. Like, you look like bright colours and shit. Like.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
This African talking crud to me. Hey, listen.
It's the realness, man.
Anyway, just call me Ty, innit, man? You know what I'm saying? Full kit wanker and that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Anyway, Liverpool Man City, where do we begin? Let's talk about the opposition, Manchester City. We all know the threat that Man City bring when they come to town. Big Sam, any injury news from Manchester City?
Same as last week. No KDB, no Aguero. Not that Aguero ever does anything at Anfield anyway, but that threat is gone. And Nathan Ake's out as well. Other than that, they're pretty much full strength.
Is he still there?
Nathan Ake. Yeah, allow him, man. Allow him. All right, he got a good move. Yeah, I know he's not going to play very often, but he is part of their team when he's not playing this weekend. But that's it, man. Other than that,
he thought he got the big money move, man. Do you know what? Yeah, like all jokes aside, I feel for players when they feel like they're getting the dream move, big club, chance of winning trophies, and then they just get sidelined like he has been, man. He's a good defender as well.
Tell you what, but if we hadn't signed them two last week, I'd be kicking myself. Like, why didn't we sign a guy like that to be a reserve? You know what I mean? Yeah. But hey, whatever, man. £40 million reserve, that is, by the way. 40 million.
Yeah. Well, when you're Man City, you can do that. You know what I mean? Shawn, do you see KDB not being there as a problem for City at the moment?
I think, Slim, if you go by recent results, you got to say no. I mean, they've won something like 13 games in a row. Also, not just KDB, like also Aguero's been out, so they've just been firing. Like, players like Phil Foden have been stepping up. Mahrez, Raheem Sterling starting to obviously score a lot of goals now. So if I go and say based off like the recent results, I think that they're not being there. Having KDB not being there, I mean, obviously it's a different opposition. Like Liverpool are obviously better than these other clubs that they played, but right now, like that comes into the game on a high school. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not conceding goals as well. But what's happening now? They're not conceding goals. They conceded like one goal in like the past like 9 Premier League games. You know what I'm saying? So going off recent results, like I said, I think you just have to say no.
The thing is, most of the season, City have been quite tight at the back because at the beginning of the season they were kind of drawing games and stuff. Like I don't know their results off the top of my head, and I'm sure they lost a couple, but it's not like they were leaking goals, City. And for me, at the moment, they seem to have got the balance now between being tight at the back and scoring goals. I mean, who did they play the other week? Burnley. I think they got past them 2-0 in the end. There's a lot of clean sheets coming for their back four, man. Where does the threat come from in this game tomorrow from Man City?
I think Foden is someone that I think Foden's going to start first and foremost. I think that again, like you look at our recent performances, like they've been flying. I think Foden is someone that tomorrow, sorry, on Sunday, Slim, that we've got to watch. You know what I mean? He's been touted as he's probably going to win the best young player of the season. Coming into the season, and yeah, he's just something like he can get goals, he can get assists. Also, it's not just him. Again, Raheem Sterling, he's now finding the back of the net. Gabriel Jesus come to a bit of form. You've got Marvin, so there's so
But
many. They've got so much offensive firepower in that team. So like, I mean, it's not just one player. You know what I mean?
I have to take Raheem Sterling out of the equation because he's got a rotten record at Anfield, hasn't he, Sam?
He has, but these things kind of scare me. Eventually a player has to turn up in a big game. Eventually a team has to break a record of not winning at another ground, just like Brighton did last week. So I'm not discounting anyone. I think we need to be aware of Gundogan as well because he's on fire at the moment, and I think we need to be aware that the threats are all over the pitch, and it doesn't actually matter how we try to stop them. For me, and you might call this arrogance, Lynn, based on what we talked about in the last pod, we've just got to go and have a gunfight and hope for the best, because I don't think we're going to stop them from scoring. I actually can't remember the last time we played Man City and outplayed them. I think possibly when we beat them at the Etihad in the Champions League, or possibly the 4-3. But generally, they outplay us, have more of the ball of us, make better chances, but we tend to be more clinical. I'll take that again tomorrow, don't get me wrong. But I think we just need to go and have a gunfight, man, and just see what we can do, because we've got nothing to lose. We've absolutely got nothing to lose.
As always, midfield in most games, midfield's is the key battle, but especially in a game like this, midfield is going to be key. What midfield would you go with tomorrow then? I mean, well, I'm saying tomorrow because this should be out on Saturday morning, but on Sunday, what midfield did you go with, Sam?
Do you know what I was thinking about it today? After watching the press, our Klopp mentioned that Fabinho is back in training. I would really, really, really love to see Fabinho in midfield, I know that neither of them signings are probably ready to start, but I want one of them to be thrown in, preferably the Turk. I just feel like, I look at him and I feel like he's got something about him. I watch these interviews and I just feel like, yeah, put this boy in. What's the worst that can happen? We can lose the game. I would say put the Turk in, probably still leave Henderson back there, just for the experience and to get him through the game, to talk him through the game. But ultimately, I would have Fabinho as 6, and then I'd have Winnie and Thiago as the 8s in the midfield.
No, I just lost my chain of thought there. Oh, you said put Henderson back there. I lost my chain of thought, man. That background noise did put me off a little bit still, but don't watch it. We move. What about yourself, Shawn? What midfield would you go with?
You know what? I'm with them in terms of saying that have Fabinho back in the middle. Back in the midfield. Obviously, that's what the game is won, like, innit? But I don't know, man. Like, for me, I think that if he is fit, I think you keep him in defense, and rather than throwing in the Turkish, you throw in Kovac, you throw in Davis. And the only reason why I say Davis, and the only reason why I say Davis is because he's a bit more experienced. You know what I mean? It's not because I haven't seen any of them play, in all honesty, but I'd go for the more experienced player. Obviously, he's used to playing in like British football and whatnot. You know what I mean? So I'd throw him in.
I see your point there,
Shawn.
Shawn, about. Hold on, I see your point there about Davis, the experience. But in a game against Manchester City, would European experience be better over, say, the Championship English experience?
Well, you also got to look at things like obviously the pace that they play. I mean, I know the German league is not necessarily like La Liga where it's like slow and technical, but I don't know. I just think that I don't know. It's just the whole like kind of British thing, like obviously like playing in like obviously a British league. You know what I'm saying? Slim. Obviously him being a bit older. I mean, I haven't seen him play, but there's been a lot of good reviews about him about how in the Championship he was one of like the best centre backs or something. So I would just go with that. You know what I'm saying? So go back to the midfield. Uh, Again, like I said, I'd like to see Fabinho in the back. So obviously, if he is fit, so I'll probably go then in the midfield. I'll probably go Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Thiago.
Okay, so you're both still saying put leave a midfielder at the back, and obviously play one or the other midfielder in midfield.
Mm.
I'm not.
Do you
I'm
know what,
not.
Slim?
I'm not sure. Go on.
Do you know what, bro? Obviously, it'd be great to have two centre backs playing centre back, which we haven't really had this season very much. But I kind of feel because Man City don't have a focal point and they haven't got an actual number 9 or a striker up there, even if Jesus plays, he floats. And so I feel like those defenders, those central defenders, will be at a loose end. They won't have someone to pin themselves on. And so I would rather we have a centre back there who can take advantage of the fact that he might not be marking someone all the time and bring the ball out of defence. If we put two proper centre backs in there that are new to the league and new to our system, they're going to be looking for someone to get hold of, and that just doesn't happen with Man City. Even when Aguero does play, so that's why I would have a midfielder at the back.
Fair enough. I agree with you both. I'm just not sure on who to have it. I think if I'm honest, I am sure. If I'm going to put one of the midfielders at the back, it's got to be Henderson. I'd rather have Fabinho in midfield, like doing that mopping up job and stuff like that. Because I feel like if you've got Fabinho in midfield, you can play one of the new boys, whichever one it might be, and he's there to sort of cover. Do you see what I mean? So, yeah, it has to be Henderson for me as well. Onto one thing that I'm nervous about. Sadio Mane, is he going to make it on Sunday?
Listen, let's hope
Well, I
so,
mean,
man. I
Klopp
mean,
said.
like, go
Sorry,
on,
go on,
Sam.
Sean.
I'm sorry, I was just gonna say,
Um,
go on, bro. Go ahead.
no, I was just going to say that watching the presser, Klopp did say that him and Fabinho are going to be involved in team training today. So if they get through that today, and I see pictures of them training tomorrow, then I'd be quite confident that both of them are going to start. At least he's actually saying something, because before today we knew nothing about what was going on with Mane. So we know it was a muscle strain. If he's going to be in training, it's just a question of whether he can get through a 90 minutes or it's a risk to play him for a 90 minutes. But at least, going on what Klopp said today, at least I think he'll be in the squad, at the very least.
Yeah, Steph,
I,
I think. So I was just gonna say, like, I think in a game like this, like, we can't afford not to have obviously Mane not in the team. I mean, I know that obviously Shaqiri and Origi, I mean, they're decent backup options, but that's what they are, like the backup options. You know what I'm saying? And Origi, I'm sorry, the last couple of games, like, it's been practically like, well, especially the last game, it's been basically non-existent. Shaqiri, you know, he's done okay, but you can see why he's a backup in it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, like Mane's definitely got to start for me. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think Mane was a big miss against Brighton, and I don't think we can afford to not have him against Man City. We need the threat that he carries. I mean, Salah's Salah's kind of hitting a bit of form, but yeah, and Firmino, he decides when he wants to turn it on, but Mane is the one who always consistent, so he definitely needs to be there. So fingers crossed that he makes it. Boys, you first, Sean. What have we got to do to beat Man City on Sunday?
I think Slim. I think Slim to beat Man City. Slim. I think that we need a lot more from our midfield. I think in the last game, Slim, you saw like against Brighton. I think we were just non-existent. We couldn't. I mean, this is Brighton, Slim. I mean, we couldn't even break them down. You know what I mean? Literally, they just had like what 9 men behind, and literally there's no way like that we could get past them. Despite having players like Thiago in the team, Trent Robertson, we just weren't able to get any kind of threat to our front three. And also I think that last for Firmino, I think Firmino also in this game is the key. Like we said, like he turns up when he wants to. What a big game to turn up in, you know what I mean? Like you can see like that when he's on form, like he just links everything, and obviously like that we're just a different team. So I think that obviously he's gonna play definitely a big part. Yeah, but I just like that for me is how we got to approach this game. You know what I mean? Like our midfield's just got to step up. So you know what I mean? We've got to bring some energy to that midfield. I think that in the last couple, I know that we beat also Tottenham easily, and we beat West Ham easily. But I think apart from that, so like I think one of the Achilles has been is that in the midfield, like it's the lack of creativity and lack of goals. So
which
I
which
think that
which
the midfield do their job.
which Thiago was brought in for, wasn't he, to sort of bring that sort of creative spark? And I'm not knocking Thiago. I think he has been excellent in most of the games that he's played in. But I
Mm.
feel like against Brighton, his level kind of dropped. I didn't see
I did.
many of those incisive passes that I'm used to him playing and things like that. A lot of his balls were too long, were overhit. So yeah, the midfield definitely need to turn up on Sunday. What about you, Sam? How do we win this game on Sunday?
In a nutshell, we score first. It really is that simple for me.
Really?
We have not been able to pull back any teams that have scored against us recently. We've lost every single game where the team scored first. And I feel like if we put them on the back foot and make them come onto us by scoring early or just scoring first, it will give us a bit more space to play football on the break and then concentrate on not making mistakes and trying to keep them out. If they score first and we start chasing the game, done. Done. Because not only are we not creating, yeah, we're going to be leaving spaces from behind. So I feel like no mistakes, score first, and we've got a really good chance of winning tomorrow. And plus
I
the fact
disagree.
that we just generally don't seem to. In fact, you know, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Let's just go with it, and let's just go with it. And I'm saying score first, and we win the game.
I I kind of disagree with you, man. I don't think scoring first or second against City makes a difference because I feel like, well, City have this block when they come to Anfield. Their results at Anfield aren't the greatest for starters, but City really do play one way, and regardless of whether they're one behind or two ahead, they constantly play the same way. So I don't actually think that affects us. If we do what we're supposed to do, we'll create chances against City. They're always going to play. They're not the team to get a goal ahead and keep the ball and not try and attack. They always attack. Like, they're always on the front foot. That's just how they are. So I don't believe scoring first or them scoring first is going to be a problem personally. I just feel like as long as we nullify the threat of, for me, a Gundogan, a Foden if he plays, and then say a Sterling and a Mahrez, then I'm happy. As long as we can keep
Bro,
them
you, you,
quiet.
you just listed 5 players, you know?
Yeah, no,
How we
I
keeping the
four,
five them
four,
quiet?
four, because we have
Alright, quick
enough with
maths.
what we
How we
have.
stopping that?
For what we have in midfield, what we have on the pitch should be enough to stop them. It should be more than enough to keep those players quiet. If Robertson's going forward, Sterling has to focus on defending as much as he is attacking. Gives him something to do. Trent the same. Do you get what I'm saying? As long as we're not sitting back and allowing them onto us, they've got to think about us. We're at home, so the onus is on us to go forward. So I'm saying. So I believe keep those four players quiet, relatively quiet. I think we'll have a successful evening, personally speaking. But hey, football is a game of opinions. You might not agree. You might think I'm just making things up, man. Let us know in the comments, man. You know what I mean? Say, yo, Slim, you chat SH1T. Let me know, man. I'm here for the interaction. But yeah, I guess the only thing that's left to ask you boys is a score prediction. Come to you first, Big Sam. What do you think the score is going to be?
I think it's going to be 1-1.
Oh, wait. One thing I didn't forget to ask you. After the Brighton game, actually, we said the title's done. If we win this game, yeah, is the title race back on? And your score prediction? I've lost you, Sam. Come on, man. You're the engineer. We can't have technical difficulties with
Hello,
you, man.
bro.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. So what are you
Alright,
saying?
cool.
If we
Go
win
on.
this game, is the title still gone? That's what you're saying, yeah?
Yeah, and yeah, give
Um,
me your score prediction as well.
my score prediction, I'm going to stick with 1-1, just because I feel both teams will definitely score,
That's
and
exactly what I
then
was
we
gonna
might,
say, man.
and then I think it's a case of missed chances. To be honest, that's the way I see the game going. In terms of if we can win the game, what's that? That will put us 4 points behind them, or how much ahead of them at the moment? Are they 7 ahead of us?
7 ahead.
No, they're 4, aren't
Seven,
they?
yeah.
They're 4. No, they're 4, and if they win, then they're 7. If they win their game in hand, then they're 10. So I don't really want to engage in thinking that we can still win the title anymore. But if we do win, I am jumping on that train again. So yeah, if we win the game, the title is still, we can challenge for it at least. That's what I'm saying.
City are 7 points ahead of us with a game in hand.
There's 7 points now.
Yeah.
Boy. I might need to edit that bit. Nah, if we win or not, title's gone.
Fair enough. What about you? What about you, Sean?
You know what, still, I'm gonna be a bit more positive, bro. I'm gonna say we win the game 2-1. Like, I know still, like, yeah, that we're struggling a bit. We've lost back-to-back home games, but like, I think this game, like, is still, like, yeah, we're gonna see the real Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say 2-1. I think, like, I can't imagine us, like, yeah, losing what, a third home game, like, here in a row. Losing a third home game. I'm gonna go 2-1. And what? How many games have we played so far this season? Sorry, how many games has it been?
We have played 22 games so far this season.
Okay, so I mean, there's still plenty of games left, like, innit, but a loss would kind of indicate that, you know what, like, Champions League, innit, you know what I'm saying, bro? Focus on the Champions League, but yeah, man, Liverpool win, and if Liverpool win, and again we can challenge for it, like, innit, obviously if we win the game.
I think the score is going to be 1-1 as well, like Sam, because I just feel like the recent results. I feel like we're not going to keep City out, so I feel we're going to score first, and they will score. But I feel just because the way we're playing, we're going to be on edge. So once it goes 1-1, it's going to be a little bit more cagey. So I feel like that's what's going to be 1-1. And if you want my opinion, win this game or not, I think 7 points as it stands right now. Claw it back will be 4 points for their game in hand. I'm going to give them the 3 points for their game in hand. 7 points. Can we claw back 7 points? I don't think so. Not against City. Not the way they're playing at the moment. Their train has fully left the station and it's in motion, man. And stopping it looks like a big task. So I don't think we're going to do that. Even though the man himself, Andy Robertson, seems to think we're out of the title race. So who am I to go against Robbo? So yeah, man, I don't think the title race will be back on. But I still want a positive result just to show everybody out there that, like I said, form is temporary, class is permanent, and despite the recent run of results, man, we are class.
So what? So you can't see City losing, like, what, like 2 games, or like dropping points? Like, no?
No, I can't see who can beat them. Manchester United aren't good enough to beat them. Yeah, their home record is worse than their away record, Manchester United. So
Yeah.
I don't see them beating them. Chelsea under Satchel guy, he's, you know what I mean, it's a tall order. Spurs. Wow, really? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, slamming glasses. See what they do to me, people. See the disrespect.
But see what Santos see, bro. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
That was your subtle reminder to wrap it up, innit?
Anyway, as I was saying, Spurs woeful. Yeah, they're just woeful. So I can't see who outside of us can really challenge City for the top spot. So yeah. But anyway, as you heard, the glass slammed down on the counter. That was my cue to wrap it up. So I'm just going to go to A&E and have my eardrums checked. Your boy Slim as always. Sean, make sure you come back and join us soon, my brother.
definitely, bro. Give you, bro. Take care, boys. Yeah, respect.
And Engineer Sam, I hope you stub your toe on the way out. I will chat to you soon, my brother.
Peace, people. Thanks for watching.